Today, I'm in the Central Library in Amsterdam, also known as the OBA. Let's take a look at their architecture section. We are looking for books about how to make architectural drawings and how to become an architect. If we haven't met, I'm Lauren Hurt. I practiced architecture for 12 years and was a building official and land use planner with the City of Seattle for several years. There are no books here about how to be an architect or how to make architectural drawings. But the good news is we will make our own book starting right now. This is what we're going to draw. The room is a square with 4 walls, a door opening, and a window. We will draw the room on paper. I like to use a clipboard for a base. That way I can take my drawings and work with me anywhere. The clipboard is also a clean surface. That means I don't put food or drinks on it. It's essential to keep my drawings clean. I don't want to redraw my plan just because my lunch splattered on it. We need to tape the sheet down to the clipboard. Washi tape or masking tape works well. I'm using grid paper for this drawing. The grid paper makes it easier to draw the plan to scale without measuring and to draw the walls without tools. You'll need a pencil and eraser because you'll make changes as you draw. I like mechanical pencils because you can get a variety of sizes to draw different line thicknesses, plus you don't have to sharpen them. But for this project, a regular number 2 pencil is fine. You'll also want an eraser. I like these erasers with a pencil shape because I can erase lines more accurately, but you can use a block-style eraser. Let's center the plan on the sheet. We always want the plan to be in the middle of the sheet. Later we will add notes and dimensions around the plan, so we need to leave enough space. We start by sketching an X in the middle of the sheet. Here's a fast and accurate way to find the center of the sheet. We use a triangle to draw this X. We line up one end of the triangle at one corner of the sheet and the other end at the opposite corner. Now we just use a pencil to draw a line lightly along the middle of the triangle. We're just guessing here. We do the same on the other side. We will have our X after we draw the line along the triangle at the opposite corners. Now we can locate the walls based on the X. Our floor plan is 12 feet wide and 12 feet long. We can count the squares using the grid paper to find where the walls should go. Starting with the X as the center, we can count over 6 squares to the right and draw a line there. And then we repeat. Starting at the X, we count over 6 squares to the left, bottom, and top. Here's what we created. Now we know where the walls will go, and we can connect the lines like this. Here's our 12-foot by 12-foot room. Actually, we've drawn just the inside of the walls for the room. Now let's draw the walls. Walls can have different thicknesses, so let's talk about that. The red walls are the inside or interior walls, so they will be 4 inches thick. That's a standard. The pink wall is an outside or exterior wall, and it will be 6 inches thick, also a standard. You can tell it's an exterior wall because we will add a window to this wall soon. We can see the difference if we take a closer look at the corner. As a comparison, if the grid paper squares are 6 inches wide, the exterior wall will be as wide as a whole square. However, the 4-inch interior wall will not be as thick as the grid squares. Now we can draw the door opening. We draw the door opening when the walls are the proper thickness. Let's say this is a bedroom. Bedroom doors are usually 2 foot and 6 inches wide. Bedroom doors are usually near a corner of the room because the door can open against the adjacent wall and be out of the way, and also to maximize the available wall next to the door for a closet or furniture. There should be some space between the door opening and the corner. So let's show that door opening to start at 6 inches from the corner. We can count the grid squares to know where to draw the door opening to be 2 foot 6 inches wide. If you're following along, you can erase the wall lines where the door opening is now. Let's draw the window. The window will be in the middle of the exterior wall. Fortunately, we still have the X in the middle of the room, so it will be easy to find the center of the window. We just follow the X grid line to the wall to find the middle of the window. The window will be 4 feet wide, so we can count over 2 squares to the right and to the left to draw the window opening. Next, you'll erase the wall lines in the window opening. To draw the window in the wall, you'll need 3 lines. These lines will be lighter than the walls. The lines should also be thinner. So now we can finish the walls. Once you have drawn everything in pencil exactly as you want it, it's time to ink the walls and the window. For this part, you'll need a thicker black pen than your pencil. You'll use a triangle to trace over your pencil lines. The wall lines should be smooth and thick, and the window should have 3 thin lines. Lastly, you can color in the walls, but not the window, with a marker. I like to use a gray acrylic marker because it doesn't bleed and it has a smooth, not streaky finish. Filling the walls makes them stand out and makes the plan easier to read. And finally, a cheat sheet. When I first started drawing architectural plans, I had so many questions. It would have helped to have cheat sheets that I could reference. If you're following along, you already have a cheat sheet, but you can use mine too. This drawing has the key things we covered earlier. This is how you note doors and windows on architectural drawings. The inches are written smaller and are in the upper right corner near the feet. The title, Basic Room Layout, under the drawing is a title. You also underline the title. Below this is the scale notation. Our drawing on the grid paper was made so that each square represents 1 foot. You have learned so much already. You will use these basic tips on most of your drawings, so you're off to a great start. You will see this plan again when we add a closet to make this room a bedroom. See you there.